with that, we're going to get into our Q&A here. I'm going to hand the mic off to Anthony James, who is a filmmaker himself, a creative, an incredible guy all around. He's working on a film himself right now called The Living Tree, which is about a couple that gets trapped in a house that is run by AI, and they have to solve these puzzles, play these games in order to get out. Really, really brilliant stuff. I've had the pleasure of working with him a little bit on it, and he's going to be hosting our Q&A today.
Hey guys, you guys ready to get started? All right, let's do this. Let's pull these chairs up a little bit. Oh, you know what? Let's invite everybody down first.
He's about to call people, don't worry, it's not just going to be me. We're just going to watch him talk to you.
He's got like 25 cards that he's given me, and they're each in different pockets. So. Okay. Our brilliant assistant director, Matthew Malinsky. I said your name. The most dastardly villain on the big screen since Thanos, Ray J. An enchanted garden and an enchanting smile, Rachel Gallagher. She stole our hearts the same way she stole Jason's, Rachel Page. That's it. Hey guys, can you guys scoot your chairs forward about 2 feet? All right. How we doing, guys? How we feeling?
Good.
Super.
All right.
Now, I sent some of the questions to you guys, at least the host. So basically, this is what we're going to go. Anthony's got some host questions he's going to do, and then we'll transition into some audience questions. You guys will get to ask some. We've got quite a bit of time here, though.
Yeah, let's play. Okay, so what are the challenges of balancing directing and acting?
I probably wouldn't do it again next time. It's very difficult to be in a scene, be in a character, and then have to step out of it and take a look at a shot, and then come back to being in character. I think Rachel, you can probably attest to this as well. Like some of the times when I was having to also direct at the same time and come back into the scene with you, it was very difficult for us to get back into that moment.
Okay, cool. Makes sense to me. Let's see what else we got here. What was the most challenging scene to film? And you guys each can give an answer for this one.
Yeah, by the way, if there's any difficult questions, I'm just going to hand it off immediately to my castmates. Only softballs to me. But yeah, feel free.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You were ladies first, actually.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. Like, do you remember when we were working, like when my greenhouse is burning and trying to get that shot, and like how close and tight it is? And we were getting a little creative, trying different techniques to simulate the smoke and kind of getting a bit of that in my eyes. Do you remember? We were all there like fanning, trying to like not light things on fire, and it was just so much fun. But yeah, challenging to capture all that so quickly and so tight. But it was a great team and great directors, and everyone knew what they were doing, and it was safe. Everything was good. But I don't know. That was for me.
I can go.
Are you okay?
You guys having difficulties up there?
The set was safe, but the theater's not.
Sounds about right.
Set people.
I would say that the difficult scene for me was when I was tricking you into thinking I was Jocelyn, because I wanted to be sweet and endearing and gain your trust, but also be able to have the twist of like, mwah ha ha ha, I'm him.
And you killed it. And I loved scoring that film. Just that drop when you get that smile on and it goes that deep bass drop. It's really it was a fun one.
Did you write the music, Jack?
No. So music is royalty free. Shockingly, yeah.
Okay.
It's you wouldn't. Yeah, no. Actually, I did. I composed all of the music.
It sounded so cinematic, the bass dropping in here too. It's
Yeah,
like,
I probably would have lowered some of the bass. maybe sub the bass. I would have lowered a little bit, but
Ready?
Me? Challenging. It was challenging. Now let's see. Not to hit Jack in the face on purpose, ooh, my bad, it's like, oh man, all this like pent up energy, like, oh, I'll be in the face by accident? Oh, my bad. So
It's okay.
It was so much fun. I don't know. I mean, like, they made it very easy to work with. Really, I mean, like, I didn't feel any challenges as far as everything went pretty smooth. Everybody was great to work with. Everybody was comfortable to work with each other. So, yeah.
The two things that come to mind, every scene that you see in that movie in that, like, the red room, which was funny because we were in that room all day and after a while it started to look quite orange, at least to me. Like somebody commented, Rachel, hello by the way, maybe it was you who said, is anybody else, are they seeing orange right now instead of red? Yeah, and I said, oh my God, it's not just me. But every scene in the film that you saw set in that room was filmed in one day. That was maybe 14 pages of dialogue and action that we had to get through that day, and Ray J had his work cut out for him with the speeches he had memorized and everything he had to do, and that was just in terms of what we had to accomplish in one day. It was a lot to get through, but I mean, it's all there. It all came out. We got it, and yeah.
And then for me, I will say, any time when I had to be Cloud, so basically I was wearing the mask, and then also I wanted to make sure that you couldn't see my baby blue eyes. I didn't want anyone to be able to see, hey, wait a minute, I know those beautiful blue eyes, I know who that is. So I was wearing a balaclava underneath, and it was so hot. And that was the point where, when it came to acting and direct, I had to give it to someone else. I couldn't see, I couldn't hear anything. I was like completely covered. So those were the hardest scenes to shoot for me.
If I may, I will say this as well. Even more so than the logistics, what was difficult for me was the lore of this film. I mean, I'm sure everybody else picked up on there are little throwaway lines of dialogue and certain visual cues and things. I think Jack's going toe to toe with Kevin Feige for how long he has this story planned out in his head, 7, 8, 10, 15 years, and there are things on set he commented that's important because 7 films from now that's going to pay off.
I've got a few more M. Night Shyamalan twists up my sleeve.
And he said, no, it very specifically has to be that way because this is going to come into play much later down the line. So it was difficult for me personally to keep track of, I was only coming in for the first time in this one and understanding the ins and outs of the mechanics of time travel and the hierarchy of beings and how it all works. But I mean, Jack has it all in here, so.
Well, along that route, what was your favorite scene to be a part of?
Oh, I can kick this one off. I love the opening scene. The opening scene was a lot of fun. I love that location. I love how the lighting came out. I thought it had humor. I thought it had a little bit of action. I thought it kicked things off in a fun way. That was my favorite personally. And coordinating background, and there was like the gag with the time stopping, which I think for a lot of our friends who came out to be background performers in that scene were not professional actors, and I think they did a great job, pulling off what we needed. And yeah, I really liked the first scene. It was my favorite.
They were amazing. That stopping. Oh my gosh. I was like, what's going on right now? Anyway, very cool. You were great because you let me just riff and improv with Millie, who I was in and there was so much. It went on for so long with the puppets and the singing, and we were just doing a lot, and it was a lot. Remember?
Maybe I'll release that full unedited 3 minutes at some point.
Blooper reel, please, blooper. I live for a good blooper reel, so that was a blast. Yeah.
Let's go down the line.
And what was the question? I'm sorry again.
What was your
I was
favorite?
Sleeping.
Wake up! What was your favorite scene to shoot?
Yes. Oh man, there were so many. I would have to say, let's see. I mean, anything when I was with Jack. I love shooting with Jack. But that Vader scene, when I like that like cocky frat guy came at me, like I got to do a little Vader choke on him. That was actually a pretty fun scene. But that and anything with Jack, I'm telling you, Jack just
Oh, stop.
He just brought it out, so yeah.
Matt did that. And when Matt turns red in the movie,
That
that
was
wasn't an
crazy.
effect. He did that himself.
Yes.
That was we were
Oh, the frat guy getting
like,
choked,
threw
yeah.
himself on the ground.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'd say he has some practice with this, maybe. Go ahead, Chad.
Sorry. I would say my favorite was when we were shooting in the warehouse. And mind you, it was in December. It felt like it was 20 degrees in there. And I'm in like this teeny tiny little tank top. And Levi kept getting me his big coat to wear because I was just shivering. But all those scenes were just so fun because you go from one to the next, but then, oh wait, we have to go back to this scene. And then this scene takes place after this. And there were like a lot of different timelines to keep up with. But it was challenging, but it was fun. And I loved using the brick. It was so fun.
Yeah, that boom really, that came in.
That was a real brick then, yes?
No.
It was a rubber brick?
It was rubber.
No way.
Yes.
Nice. You handled it like it was real.
Thank you. Thank you.
You gotta stay on Rachel's good side.
Yeah. I'm good with the brick.
I love that final sequence between you and Millie. It's so powerful. It's really, and then the switching back and forth and the revelations. It's a fun one. For me, it would have been the after credit scene, and it was like this devious thing because not a single person on this stage knew about that scene until just now.
No idea.
I think there's maybe
Shocking.
one person in the audience or two that even knew that was coming, and I was just like, I'm just gonna keep it a secret. I'm just gonna let them enjoy it, let it be a surprise.
Yes.
Always watch after the credits in my film. Some people are like, oh yeah, it was good. I stopped after the credits. Like, no, keep watching. I usually put a little something in there.
That
Yeah.
after credits was looking quite Blade Runner there at the end. They used color and the city skyline.
Well, so I was trying to use purple to represent corruption. That this character has been corrupted. That's often a color used with like royalty. That when to represent corruption. So that's represent. Hey, that character of Cloud. He's been corrupted from what this big-hearted character that we know before. That's kind of been darkened and mostly saturated.
So this one's a good one. What's the biggest changes that you've seen in your characters from movie 1 to movie 2, and where do you see them going from here on out?
Well, my character had more than one line this time, and it was so fun. It was so fun. I loved how I feel like anyone watching got to know Jocelyn way more, because in the first one I'm saying the same line 50 times in like different ways, but I feel like watching it you could understand where she was coming from more, and you got to see her experience like being confused, being nervous, being scared, being frustrated, being emotional, being vulnerable. So
Full-fledged person.
yes,
Yeah.
3-dimensional person.
Could you repeat the question? I was sleeping again, actually.
Ray J, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. The progression of your character, how is it different from? Were you in the beginning, the first?
He was in the after credit scene of the first film,
See,
so he didn't have quite as much time to develop as the rest of us.
Yeah, so I mean, they're just different. I mean, like, the first scene, I don't know if you guys saw the after credits for the first movie that we did, but it's been so long ago, I already forgot what it was about.
Developed so much.
That's
He was
exactly. I just grew from there.
Bro, you're straight leaning into your villain role right now.
Yes. Villain? What are you talking about? I'm a nice guy. Did you guys watch the movie? Was he a villain? Yes. Yes. So you guys recognize me. So you know that's the good guy, the angel out there. So he's just doing his job, you know, like so. We're not a villain. I'm not a villain, so just so you know that. Just doing my job, but villainously doing my job.
Questionable methods. No brick though. No brick for you.
That's right.
Well, I only had 2 scenes in this one, but it's interesting. I don't know how she's gonna. I mean, obviously the plants are her babies; they're her plant children, and it's her whole life. So I'm like, I don't know. Will she have a little mean streak, a little vengeance for Amy? I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know what Jack has planned.
It was hard to read in the after credit scene. I should have written it in Sharpie, but I had notes on every character,
Yeah.
and on your note it said like, "Hey, Enchanted Garden, More Than She Seems, question mark. I think there's, so we'll discover maybe there's more to Amy than just this like bubbly, hi, I got a garden. Like
There's some stuff to explore.
there's something there in the future.
Because I was like, is she just going to be, super bummed and rebuild and blah? Or, how did she stumble upon, like you said, just this super powerful enchanted plant? So we'll see. TBD. Stick around. Okay.
Oh, I don't have a character in this one.
How'd you develop?
Fair enough. This one, okay, so this is for Jack. How do you go about naming these characters? And why do so many of them have multiple names?
Oh yeah, so this can. Some people told me that this is quite confusing on watch, which I get because you've got Jocelyn. Some people refer to her as Siren, which is obviously some kind of future thing. You've got Jason, who in the future is named Cloud. Murphy refers to the characters in different names, and this is kind of a writing hack that I've taken inspiration. A lot of times I'll bring up the show Once Upon a Time, and in that show, you will have characters that have 5 or 6 different titles and names, depending on who's referring to them. And it's a really quick and easy way to identify the relationship that these two people have, or a change in the relationship when someone starts calling someone something different. It's very different if someone's called the Alchemist, or the Dark One, or Dickhead, or Chuck. You can tell a lot from what the person is calling that person that tells you what their relationship is.
Whose future character is going to be named Dickhead?
I think people have been calling me that for a long time.
Okay. Okay, so, all right, Jack, this is your third film. What would you say to the younger you, just starting out, to initiate some sort of advice for what they're going into?
Write what you like, do it the way you want it, and don't be discouraged by thinking like, this is done. Don't play it safe. This is wild, off the wall time travel. There's 17 different plot lines. Many people would say, dude, chill out. Like, this is too confusing. And it's good. For a lot of people, it's gonna take a couple watches to pick up on stuff, but that's okay. I'm writing what I want, what I enjoy, the drama, the suspense, the way it's edited.
Take chances.
I do what I like, and some people are like that. Some people, it's not gonna be for them.
Sounds good. I think we can all live by that. Can you describe a little bit of the process? So you kind of touched on this early on, but your music choices, your scoring.
Yeah, so I'll usually choose the music for a scene that fits the tone first, and then edit the scene around that. And it's so important that those drops happen at the right time. I think one of my favorite moments is when Murphy comes and he's like, "Oh, I'll get back in by killing you," and it does that drop, that tombstone effect in the music. And I was just like, all right, I'm gonna edit the rest of the scene around that. I just need to make sure that drop happens there, and all the rest of it will come into play. It's all royalty-free stuff. I got a subscription to a website. It's, yeah.
It sounds really good, but that sounds so sketchy.
What
Get the subscription to this website.
Oh, I gotta, yeah.
Okay. But it did. It sounded good. So, last one before we start taking questions from the audience. What can you tell us about the next film?
Oh, what am I gonna? There's not much I can spoil. I think we'll see. We'll definitely see the exploration of this curse. I'm sure people have got to have questions about this curse. I know some people are wondering about that, but we'll explore this curse, what this means for our characters, how they'll go about either trying to undo it or save whose life they'll save. The rules that were set by Zoldan are, hey, this curse, it exists among the three of you, and it will take one of your lives. Now, so we'll have to explore, all right, is that their choice? Is that some way that they can control that? So that'll be a major plot line. I've got a new character that'll be coming in called the Game Master, who's like a a whimsical type. Got cards, got dice, makes our characters participate in deadly challenges. And all that going on, they got to find a way to defeat Zaldin.
Wow. Okay. 17 more plot lines. Okay. Last one, and I don't, forgive me if we can't talk about this, but so the hardest thing about filmmaking is there's three hardest things. It's one, financing your movie, making the movie, and then distribution. Word on the street that is that Jack just got distribution for this movie. Are we allowed to talk about that or not?
Yeah, we can talk about that. So I've just signed off with Third Fathom Films, who is going to be marketing the project to take it to different streaming services, Tubi, a few others. Logan, who the representative from the company, was going to be here with us tonight. He had some car troubles and wasn't able to make it here. But yeah, so we'll be looking to put this on different streaming services sometime in the next couple months.
Congratulations. That's great.
And then that's hopefully going to lead to more investors coming in, and because I'm ready to make No Time Left. It's all up here. It's just whenever that money comes in and someone wants to, they want to make it. They see the vision. They see, okay, well, we can make money off of this, so we want to help push that forward.
That's all worth celebrating. Okay, let's take some questions from the audience. Anybody got anything? Yes, you dear Salmon. You can stand up.
How do we see the first one? What was that movie you said?
What was the question?
How do we see the first movie?
Oh, the first one is available on YouTube. It's a 30-minute short. An easy popcorn watch.
What's the name of that?
It's called Try That Again. If you search Try That Again, my YouTube channel is Jack Faith Films. You can find it there.
Anybody else? Yes, you do.
What was in the potion, that liquid that you were drinking?
What was in the potion that you were drinking?
Lexine described it as a few bits and pieces, and the main ingredient being amelium, the plant that is grown by Amy. So that.
I meant in real life.
Oh. Water with green food coloring. Yeah.
Okay. Yum. Anybody else? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
In the beginning of the movie, Jack answers his door. Cloud is there, right? Gives delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Did that go? And you threw it on your nightstand or whatever, walked away from it. Did we ever address what was happening with that? Or
Yeah.
was that the next movie?
The delivery box at the beginning. Did we?
17 plot lines.
Well,
Catching it.
Is that movie too?
I would just think about what does Cloud is invested in Jason becoming him. What does Cloud have that Jason does not? And you can figure out what's in that box. Yeah, someone said black hair dye. I promise there's an explanation for why his hair is black. It's not just some weird gothic emo choice. It really does. I mean, it
I
kind
like the
of.
black hair.
I
liked it a lot.
But it just kind of like you can imagine him in his bathroom being like, "I'm so badass." Like, it kind of takes away a little bit from. No, there's a reason his hair turned black.
Oh, it just turned black.
Yeah, you didn't notice?
I mean, I knew it was black. I didn't know it just automatically turned black. That's much.
It's explained later.
There's a big theme with hair in these movies.
I do notice, yes.
I think there was a line about both y'all's hair, between you and Millie's hair looking different, that got cut, but like it's specifically called out several times between Murphy and all these different characters. Maybe that'll just be a running theme for the next 10 years, is hair in these films.
It's something that happens in relation to powers, and yeah, I cut the line because there's a lot of lore in this movie. There's a lot of. And there were certain times I just had to we gotta move this forward. It's at some point people are like, all right, okay, let's get on. I want to see Jason get his ass beat. screw you.
Do you have a question here, dude?
Wait, so why when you get the little thing on your hand, both Millie and Rachel get the thing? Is that another plot line?
Okay, so I knew this would be a point of. All right, so Zoltan, do you remember like how you explained the curse? You said you're shaking your head no.
Oh yes, vaguely. That was so long ago. I was sleeping. I wasn't thinking.
Okay.
Let me think. All right, yeah. So really, what happens? You mean Luna's curse is? I can't remember anything now. Luna's curse was basically something to. What was the actual line I said?
It's disposal system for any being, mortal or not. So So what you're asking about is the drop of blood. What he says.
The drop of blood.
Yeah. So
yes.
He says whoever shares your blood shares the curse.
So
Lexi. In case we didn't get it, Lexian is Jason's daughter. Jocelyn is currently pregnant during this film. So Lexian is his daughter. So obviously she shares his blood. Jocelyn is currently pregnant with Lexian. So she, by the transitive property, also shares Jason's blood. Ergo, why they are both cursed.
There we go.
I know someone said when they watched, they were like, "Wait, is Jocelyn his sister? That's weird. That's weird, dude." I'm like, no, there's no incest in this film. No, there's some lines even I will cross. That's
Yeah, but it's the future, right? I mean, it's okay in the future.
yeah, just to clarify that.
That's good. What about you, my man?
Oh, I was going to say, if Cloud goes on this journey of becoming powerful, becoming evil, becoming, gaining a clock so he has powers, why does Murphy kick his ass?
Cloud and Murphy are not friends.
No, how could he?
Oh, how could he? Oh, so I think Cloud is not necessarily the most powerful at this moment. I think that's where he's headed, where he wants to be. Murphy is, probably after Zoldan, the most powerful Pristine, or one of them. But he just doesn't have focus. He doesn't have direction. He's like, I compare him to Prince Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. He just does what he feels like is good and doesn't think through the plan, doesn't think through. So Cloud is there to say, all right, let's take that power. I'm going to take you and redirect you. I'm going to use you as a tool to get what I want. So Murphy could easily take Cloud. It's not even competition. But at least at this moment, you see he's got that cuff that is restricting his power. Cloud is using that initially to get his attention to see, all right, hey, I can control you, I can tame you. Now I've got a plan. Let's work together. I'll use your power. Everyone's like, what the fuck is this guy talking?
Yeah, Casey, let's go with you first, buddy. Hang on, guys.
Yeah, mine's a two-parter.
Those
I
aren't
love
mine,
two-parters. I'm going to try my hardest to give the mic to someone else on this question, whatever it is.
To piggyback on that question, why is Zoltan so powerful? And why is he called the Tickler?
Why is he called the
What's the...
Why is he called the Tickler?
Oh. He's second in command under the Chancellor. The Chancellor is the... Yep. I thought about the President. I thought about, okay, Chancellor feels... So the Chancellor is the leader of the Prince, who's someone we haven't met yet. That's a new character. And Zoltan's the Chancellor's second in command. So why is he called the Tickler? You don't want to know. You don't want to find out. Jason might have found out off screen. We don't know.
Okay. A man in the purple here. What you got?
Yeah, I was curious, since you have so many plot points and storylines in mind for the future, have you considered the future projects morphing into a episodic series, or are you going to continue it being a feature film, one after the other?
It does kind of feel episodic, doesn't it? Yeah, it's... With cliffhangers, yeah, I always like to leave a little bit more to taste. If someone gave me a $200,000 budget, and they were like, make 7 episodes. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Like I got it. It's all up here. I got the titles for the next 5 films planned out.
Are they all 3 words?
I think they're all 3 words. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So, when you take the vial and it transports you back in time, the logistics are that you remember what had just happened, and everyone else in the area, their memories wiped.
Except for Lexian. Yeah.
Except for Lexi, but that's because Lexi and me.
Yeah.
So, if you're at the bar and you're with your date, your hot date, you're chatting, having a laugh out there, and so first thing, Salden does not remember that you've taken that vial.
Oh no, he doesn't remember that first meeting at the restaurant.
Is he in the restaurant still when you disappear? Like when you disappear, is he standing there? Is he what?
Whoa. That's that's beyond even my mind.
Well, I am curious because then your date, is she at the bar? Does she know what is just like?
Oh, like all of them are just left alone.
Yeah.
With that. Well, that's a crazy question. I don't know. I hadn't thought that far.
Yeah, we
That's
just left him there. Yeah.
That's wild.
Like, are you aware of the situation that
Oh.
happened? Like, are you?
Yeah, so they went back in time to that afternoon. So he went back to earlier that day, so before he went on the date. Is that?
I guess I'm going way deep into lore and trying to understand the
Yeah.
You guys should have a drink later.
It makes sense if you don't think about it.
Hey, well, we could talk about this one separately on our own. You and I can chat because that's one we could explore for an hour. I feel like.
Yeah, my understanding always was that every time you took it, it reset back to whatever time. So like everything that transpired from that reset time to when you drink it is wiped from existence. It never happened. So nobody's left at the restaurant. Nobody like Ray J's not there. Like he goes back. So everything between the time that he's in the bathroom that morning to when he drinks the vial at the frozen restaurant, every minute of that is erased and goes back. Yeah,
so
it's like trim, like in Loki. What they trim the timeline. It's kind of like that. They cut that off, so it stops. That's my understanding. I'm not the architect here, but that. Yeah, to my grasp of the script, that is what happened. Yeah.
And so in this new timeline, he actually stood that girl up. She I mean, he had
Poor
some,
Jesse.
Yeah, he had some more important things to attend to. I mean, his heart is still for Jocelyn. I mean, he was going on this date to do whatever, but he still pines for.
Do
for
ayahuasca.
Jocelyn. She's still, she's still got as much as he wants to move on. It's still, he loves Jocelyn, and it drives him crazy that she doesn't love him back. Like that's part of what we see, the transition to Cloud spiraling into that. He hates her because he loves her.
Can you blame him?
We have time for 2, maybe 3 more questions. Yes, sir.
In the titles of the films, what are the little dots in the letters?
I think of those as the letters being infected in the same way the timelines are being infected. So you'll see actually in each film, those dots become more and more prevalent. There's more of those dots, and in No Time Left, there's it's like most of the letters are covered in those. So so it's kind of illustrating, hey, the timeline's getting more and more infected. There's more changes happening.
That's a good catch.
Awesome.
2 more. You, sir.
I was going to jump back to the first bar scene. How many times did you have to pay the bartender to laugh at dates that you brought him? How many dates did you bring him?
Eddie, what I guess?
45.
Like past Jocelyn, how many other women were you trying to?
Yeah, we all have our classic date spot. Don't at me. We all have the spot that works. Yeah.
Okay, 1 more maybe? Yes, sir.
What's the alcohol joke? You know the whole joke?
I think I had ChatGPT generate the start of that joke, and it made no sense. I just wrote the end of it. council meeting. I'm just here for the free avocados. It just sounds like a good punchline to a joke. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a comedian better than me can write a full joke for that.
It's kind of like that joke Peter Dinklage never gets to finish in Game of Thrones. He keeps starting it and never gets to the punchline.
Gets better every time.
All right, guys. Well, that concludes our Q&A. Thank you all for coming out, and let's enjoy the rest of the day's festivities. Celebrate.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We got a lot more fun stuff planned for later this evening. Before we any of you guys want to just riff at all? Anything you want to get off your chest? Yeah, let's. You must have some things to get off your chest. I'm waiting.
This is my new favorite movie. I love it. It was like I was telling all my friends and family who've come into town, and I was telling them like, yeah, I've never seen it. They're like, wait, you've never seen it? I'm like, no, like you film it and I'm doing it, but then we don't get to watch the playback maybe one time. Like maybe there's one scene I got to see, but you don't get to see it. So I'm like, no, I have no idea what I look like. What was I doing? So it's crazy. It feels like almost like disconnected from it because I'm like, I've never seen it. But I'm like, oh my God, that's me. It was crazy and I love it. And you did an amazing job putting it all together. I have no idea how you didn't lose your mind. It's crazy.
Oh, I did many times.
Good work.
Thank you. It's amazing.
Who did special effects? Are they here?
No, it's a guy in Bosnia.
Wow. Okay.
So he had car troubles.
Go Bosnia. I thought it was really good. I just wanted to say that I thought it was good.
He killed it.
Yes.
Everything you talked about, like every vision you said, literally happened like perfectly together.
The hand, originally that was going to be we tried to do the makeup, but it looked crappy. It looked so dumb. I was like, okay, we'll just do it in post, and it came out great. I mean, it looks,
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Did a really
work.
good job.
That decision was made like 5 minutes before we shot it.
Oh, but do you post?
Yeah, I think it was the whole day we were doing makeup and then we scrapped it.
That's amazing. Yeah, really good work, guys. You should be proud.
So we have got the theater booked for about 35 more minutes before they kick us out. And then we got the after party tonight. So 7 p.m. is the after party, so you've got 4 hours between now and then. You're not being detained. You may do as you wish. You may explore Nashville. Everyone should have the address based on an email that I sent out. If you don't have it, please get it from someone else. But it's up in Hendersonville. Please bring an appetizer to save me having to serve 70 people over there. And yeah, we're going to be doing trivia. Rachel has agreed to host a trivia with me, so the winner will get a prize on that. Hope you guys are paying attention, and hope the boom effects didn't overdo the dialogue to the point you couldn't hear important plot points. So the booms, I was like, he's saying something really important right now, and this speaker is really loud. Yeah, that's about it. I think. Am I missing? Am I forgetting anything? Yes, my mother. Oh, it's BYOB. Yeah. And bathing suits. Yes, we got a pool. We got a hot tub. We got everything we'll need there. BYOB. Bring an appetizer. Bring a swimsuit and a towel, and we're gonna have a great time. All right.
Thank you so much.
So for the next 30 minutes here, while we have the theater, we can mingle. We can take some pictures. Last thing. I am gonna put up again the little graphic that I've got that's got everyone who came here today, and it's also got a QR code on that. That QR code goes directly to my Venmo. If you would like to support me as an artist, every single dollar that gets put into there today will go into a separate account that I will not touch until the creation of this next film. Every single cent will go to the creation of No Time Left. So if you would like to support that, if you'd like to be a backer, anything you put in today, you will be acknowledged and put into the credits of the next film.
That's fantastic. Again, congratulations.
Not only the party.